referred to the Public-Private Partnership Act of 2020, Act 1039, which has design, build, finance, operate, and maintain, DB form, a contractual agreement which enables a private party to design, build, finance, operate, and maintain an infrastructure facility for a specified period of time, after which the facility is transferred to the contracting authority. Legal ownership of the asset for the duration of the contract agreement remains with the government or contracting authority. Now, as I heard from the Honorable Muntaka, this contract was signed 16th December. The President assented to this bill with a Gazette notification of 29th December 2020. Now, I just want to understand the Tema motorway which extends to Apenkwa. Is it conceptualized within this public-private partnership or is outside it? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, it's one composite project.
Chairman, if you can just repeat the answer.
Chairman, I said that it's one composite project that is being considered.
Okay, one composite project that will be considered under a PPP arrangement, because I'm referring to the act, or outside it.
Mr. Chairman, I have answered the question by saying that this project is one indivisible and composite.
All right, thank you. That's noted. What's the state of the Afenya-Dewenya Road? It seems to be in some poor state. Are there plans to get it done?
Mr. Chairman, is on the hot burner, and the front burner is...
Particularly the link that stretches to Dodua. Will you give it some attention?
Exactly. Because of the current congestion there, we need to move in very fast to relieve the people and those who ride that road. And if given the approval, is one of the immediate tasks that I am going to attend to, and the government is working towards that.
You were determined earlier on to fix the Bupe, Yape, Daboya bridges. There is a bridge which connects between Daboya, Kendua, Sunsuna, which connects to Tolang. What will you do about this to ensure easy motorability for the people in that area?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, it's a very important point you've raised. And we are giving those bridges and the approaches, the roads, the top consideration, because if you treat one in isolation, you don't get the benefit. For instance, if you take Bupe Yape, it's on the same stretch, and if one gets a problem, you cannot use the other traveling to Tamale or to Kumasi. And we have to build Daboya simultaneously because it provides an alternative route should any of these two bridges develop any problem. That is why we are, at least Bupe, Yape, Daboya, we are building.
So we should be assured that they will be done.
Yes, because they are in competent hands, very, very competent hands.
Minister, you recall what happened when they had to temporarily close the Yape bridge and all the traffic had to go back to the eastern corridor, going through Hohohoi, Damankung, Damangu, Yendi. It has some toll on trade and some toll on persons. Are we assured that you will get the bridges fixed?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We always learn from the past, we learn from history, and with that hindsight, that is why we are taking steps not only to build Bupe and Yape, but to make sure that we work on the Eastern Corridor Road as fast as possible, and also to build Daboya Bridge, so that should there be any eventuality, may God forbid, we will use the Daboya Bridge through Fofoso, up to Wenchi, and then we can also use the Eastern Corridor Road.
Thank you, Chairman. Classification and licensing of road contractors. There are complaints of unnecessary delays and queues. Will you ease the process and ensure that persons desirous of becoming contractors, subject to satisfying the minimum statutory conditions, are satisfied on time?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, is one area which is going to be reviewed, and it perhaps be one of my first tasks if I am approved by this honorable committee and eventually the House, because it's creating problems for the ministry, and your classification determines what kind of work you can do. Your classification determines your efficiency, your capacity. Your classification determines your equipment level, and your classification to a very large extent will influence your workload analysis and all that. But it's not sacrosanct. You could be classified as A1, B1, which is the highest this year. By next year, depending upon your performance, you may not even qualify for B3, A3, B3. But people continue to hold A1, B1 classification they obtained 20, 15, 10 years ago, and use it to come in for certain high-level, high-profile jobs.
So, Minister, will
we are going to review
ease
and overhaul
process? Thank you. Minister, in one of your answers, you were very definite and certain, and these were your words: dualization of major routes. Then you reference the fact that the President have declared 2020 year of roads, 2021 year of roads. It's one thing declaring, and another thing having the financial muscle and strength to be able to deliver. Which category of roads are you contemplating that between 2021 and 2022, if approved, may be dualized? I just want certainty. Maybe Accra, Winneba, Cape Coast, or Kintampo, Tamale, with certainty. With major dualized roads are you looking at? Because it will also help in addressing the consequences arising out of accidents with face-on clashes on the roads. So can you speak to that, Minister Designate?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, as I indicated, dualization of major roads is on the top agenda of His Excellency the President and government, and it's even late, but better late than never. Yes, it's going to be a major challenge, but wherever there is the will, there is always the way. We are currently working on Accra-Kumasi dualization, and in course of this year is going to be intensified, and by the close of the year, hopefully Ghanaians will see major work on that stretch. I indicated that President has already cut the saw for the beginning of the first 17 kilometers on the Afrawo Road beyond the Central University. And it's being undertaken by a company called BHM. And they are there and they have started their work. The motorway Akosombo Inza is also there. And they are working on the dualization. For Abidjan Lagos Road, that is being undertaken under the auspices of ECOWAS called ACOMA, and we are working on it, and it's a long route, and the longest stretch lies within the Ghanaian corridor from Elubo to Afrawo, and it's being dualized into a 6-lane route. And it's covering a distance.
Minister, you are convinced that you can generate the financial resources to undertake these projects in the year of roads?
I said there is determination on the part of President and the government, and we are not saying...
Is that determination backed by the availability of money?
Mr. Chairman, I made a statement that where there is a determination, where there is a will, there is a way. Within the first 3-4 years, the level of work that government has done under President Akufo-Addo is unprecedented in this country. 6 interchanges going on at the same time.
Yes, Honorable Minister, thank you. We are willing to do it.
Because the President is determined to do...
Let's leave it here, Honorable.
Chairman, I'm about concluding. As we ourselves have been advised, it's been 4 hours. The Minister himself have been here for 4 hours. But Minister, I'm referring to your handing over notes, and I'm referring to Ministry of Roads and Highways, Volume 1. In it, where you are accounting for outstanding credit facility loans, there's an Oreo Netherlands loan facility which was meant for Sefiwiasu Osei Chrome Road Rehabilitation Phase 2, Benchema Adufia, 38 kilometers. In the disbursement is 0%. What assurance are you giving the people of Sefi? And the Honorable are here and quote that this will be done. Yeah. In your report, disbursement is 0%.
No, Mr. Chairman, that road, if my memory serves me right, is being done by Amandi. If my memory serves me right, it's being done by a company called Amandi. It has the competence, and it's under Cocoa Roads. Cocoa Board has entered into an agreement with them, and it has what it takes, and I believe that...
So, Minister, we would advise that you... yes, you give particular attention for disbursement so that the road will take off.
Yes.
Chairman, my other one, as I said, will be to request for some documents from the Minister. And one is to refer him again to handing over notes. And this one specific to the Ghana Road Fund. And in it, just for the record, outstanding indebtedness in Table 5.3 stands at 3,134,107.79781 pesos. And a distinction is made. The Ghana Highways is 1.3,745,000,000, 1,334,745,000. Department of Federal Road stands at 581,565,65661 pesos. Department of Urban Roads 1,217,796. So cumulatively, 3.1 billion is outstanding in terms of road fund arrears against what we are spending on the servicing of the loan with Fidelity and Commercial Bank starting from UBA. There are questions as to the criteria used in the payment. Can we have the road fund payment from 2017 to 2020 just for our purposes? Then two, as I said, Chairman, I'm ending. The ministry undertook some audit of cocoa roads. Audit of cocoa roads. We want to know the status of it and request that the report is also submitted for our perusal. My final, Mr. Chairman, will be, is there a distinction between agricultural roads and cocoa roads, as was observed by the Honorable Eric Opoku? Is there a distinction where he mentioned the 560 million for agricultural roads? Are we talking about the same thing?
No, Mr. Chairman, no. Yeah.
Chairman, my documentation.
Mr. Chairman, cocoa roads, we are talking about roads that essentially lead to cocoa, coffee growing areas. But agricultural roads will lead to any area that we have agricultural produce that will have to be supported with an access road because of marketing centers. So it's specific.
Chairman, there has bin some perennial mudslides Accra, Kasua, Cape Coast Road, particularly when it rains. Can we have an assurance from the minister that this will be fixed?
Mr. Chairman, thank you. I can confirm that stretch of road, we have done a lot of work there, and anytime it rains, the entire road is silted. No, because of the wash of the loose sand from the hill. And I think the city authorities must be up and doing going to concentrate on these 3 interchanges, and I'll give them every...
in addition to these 3, or ask for Swami, which is a heavy traffic area, and Loga, major interchange area, and Amoako.
Okay.
In addition to that, that you're promising.
I understand my memory. Amoako is the same as Ofurikrum. Yes. This is not Ofurikrum, yes.
Yes, all right. Very well. Is the Amoako part going to Sunyani?
Yes,
around
that is going on.
University?
The Amoako one is going on.
Very well. Thank you. Thank you for enduring us. The Honorable Minority Leader wants me to ask you. Kamaleman wants me to ask whether you do the Kumasi inner city and arterial roads.
Yes. Mr. Chairman is also under consideration.
Thank you for attending upon the committee. You will hear from us. You're discharged.
Thank you.
You are discharged, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. I need to talk to you. She's my friend,
Honorable members, we are advised to stretch, so we will resume 3:45. 15 minutes also break to stretch your legs.